Minimax, the second stage on the Rotax ladder. Matteo Pai will start from pole position alongside Joshua Wheeler. Christian Sanguinetti will go from the inside of row number 2 alongside Wyatt Kroger. Harrison Jeffrey, Tyson Underwood, Sebastian Johnson, Connor Littker, Heston Jeffrey, Keith Wiegers and Austin Steinke round out the field. Sanguinetti, privateer driver, TB Kart mounted from Canada, leads by 27 points over Alberta's Joshua Wheeler. Wheeler driving for Ruthless Karting. How much of an advantage does that give him? Harrison Jeffrey, third in points, is 77 markers back. This is between Sanguinetti and Wheeler, to all intents and purposes. Last year in Sarno, southern Italy, Sanguinetti just failed to crack the top 50 in Minimax. He's stronger this year, and he will be back. Or will he? They're into the tram lines. Matteo Pai, not a title contender, but certainly a contender for the race win, leads the Minimax field into turn number 1, and Sanguinetti from third of the grid just noses in front of his title rival Joshua Wheeler. We crossed the finish line to start the first full lap. It's Pai, Sanguinetti, Wheeler, Kroger, Lipka and Tyson Underwood. Field head down the back straight for the first time through the kink. Matteo Pai for the Prime Power team leading the way. Christian Sanguinetti in second, followed by Wheeler, Kroger and Lipka. Now, talked to Fine Line Trailers earlier on about their new storage system for people taking their go-karts back and forth across the nation, across the continent. We spoke to Romeo Philippe, whose packaging company helps store engines safely for drivers who travel with their engines. But Christian Sanguinetti and his dad, they do things differently. 4 weeks ago, as Christian and his dad decided to make their way down to Orlando from their native Canada, they stripped Christian's go-kart completely. Bodywork off, engine off, seat off, tyre off. Put it in a cardboard box, which the people at the airport assumed was a bicycle, of which many people transport. It was a go-kart chassis with the side pods attached, sort of pushed next to it. And they put it into their hold luggage for the plane. In one of their 5 suitcases, they had their clothes. In the other suitcases, they had wheels and tools and stub axles and bumpers. And they flew with all their equipment down to Orlando, waiting at the baggage carousel for the large cardboard box containing Christian's actual go-kart to come off the carousel, which it did. They then got their luggage. I'm sure 1 or 2 members of Air Canada's flight crew looking at, that's a rather heavy suitcase. Anyway, them's the way that they do it. They then went to the U-Haul, grabbed the U-Haul and drove to the Airbnb where they set up a workshop in Orlando. To get from Orlando to here, Jack Clem's family kindly transported the go-kart, but that TB kart which now runs in 5th position after Wheeler and Lipka passed him at the banking. Tonight, that go-kart will be stripped. Seat off, bodywork off, steering wheel off, steering column off. It will go back into a cardboard box. It will travel to Phoenix Airport tomorrow morning, where it will be checked in as hold luggage and will accompany the Sanguinettis back up to Canada. They're a privateer family. They figured out, you know what? We're going to spend our money trying to make the go-kart go faster. We're going to save money on buying a truck and going with a team. And you know what? We'll just take the go-kart as luggage. It's a fantastic story. However, will it have a happy ending? At the moment, we're not too sure, because Sanguinetti is beginning to struggle. He's dropping away. Wheeler in second. Lipka having a great run. The Ripped Pants Racing, in association with J3 Competition, the comp kart chassis. Lipka, who now looks to the inside of Wheeler on the banking, to no avail. Matteo Pai still leads. Wheeler is second. Lipka is third. Sanguinetti, 2.5 seconds back now in fourth, ahead of Underwood, Kroger, Harrison Jeffrey, Heston Jeffrey, Sebastian Johnson, Keaton Wiegers, and Austin Steinke. As things stand, Lipka has the points for fastest lap. Wheeler would take 180 points. That would put him on 540. Sanguinetti in fourth place would take 660 points. 387 plus 160. 547. Fourth place would be enough for Sanguinetti, as long as Wheeler only finishes second. However, Sanguinetti has Tyson Underwood bearing down on him, the Seal Master sponsored Trofeo karting machine of number 109, Tyson Underwood, from here in Arizona. Luckily for Sanguinetti, on one hand, Josh Wheeler is showing no signs of closing in on Matteo Pai, which would be a huge help. But Sanguinetti cannot lose fourth place. He can't. And I know that Tyson and his team have been working very, very hard on that kart, because yesterday Underwood was quick as a whippet through the tight and twisty sections, but lacked waft. And by waft, I mean top end speed. I think they've solved that, and that's great news for Tyson. It could be bad news for Christian Sanguinetti. Lipka still has the fastest lap of the race. Those 5 points could be critical. And there's Underwood. That's critical. Underwood to the inside of Sanguinetti for P4, and suddenly everything changes. That would put Sanguinetti on 537 points. No, I will double check. 150 points for fifth. That would give him 537 points. Plays Josh Wheeler's 540. It's Wheeler's by 3 points. Sanguinetti has got to get past Tyson Underwood. Wheeler has got to try and set fastest lap or catch Matteo Pai. And on the last lap, Wheeler puts in a personal best lap, and the gap to Matteo Pai closes. It's no longer all in Sanguinetti's hands. He's got to push like he's never pushed before. The Mean Green Machine, which has looked impregnable and unstoppable all weekend, suddenly is under pressure. Sanguinetti, 3 kart lengths behind Underwood, 2 kart lengths behind Underwood, onto the banking. Tyson Underwood, they've got the kart working at the best moment for them, the worst moment for Sanguinetti. The gap now half a second, still Conor Lipka with the fastest lap of the race. Sanguinetti must get past. 5th position pays 150 points. 4th position pays 160. Now, if Wheeler stays where he is and Sanguinetti stays where he is, fastest lap of the race for Christian Sanguinetti would give him the ticket by 2 points. He could also just pass Tyson Underwood to take P4, which he's done on the banking. 4 to go. Sanguinetti fighting for all he is worth. He's getting help from Yutaka Tsunoda's family, who have had to withdraw from this event in the paddock. Will the Sanguinetti U-Haul be bouncing with joy or desolation? We'll find out in 3 laps' time. Down the back straight, Joshua Wheeler has stalled out as they come through turn 12, the off-camber. Left-hander that leads into the final. Oh, and behind there's a big one. There's a big one at turn number 12. 1 kart rolling over. David Cole from eKarting News on the scene. The kart vaults over. That was Wyatt Kroger. And Kroger getting up. We've got 2 to go. Kroger is up after a tumble and walking away. Harrison Jeffrey also out of the race. Yellow flags on the banking. 2 to go. Sanguinetti in 4th place. Underwood, well, Tyson Underwood is going to be the difference maker here. Matteo Pai has been magnificent. He has led from the start. Joshua Wheeler, P2. Is it going to be enough? It's not down to Joshua anymore. It's down to Tyson Underwood. If Underwood passes Sanguinetti, P2 will be enough. If Sanguinetti can keep Underwood at bay, it won't be enough. This could not be closer. We're on the final lap. Pai, Wheeler and Lipka, who has that critical fastest lap to take points off both Wheeler and Sanguinetti, are clear. Wheeler will not catch Pai, but Underwood down the back straight, he is in the slipstream of Sanguinetti onto the banking. Underwood looks low, Sanguinetti hangs on. This is for a ticket to Bahrain. Christian Sanguinetti, you've got 1 corner. Here comes Underwood, drag race. He's frustrated, but he's done it. Sanguinetti, P4, has done it. 547 points for Christian Sanguinetti. 540 for Joshua Wheeler. He thinks he's lost it. He was punching the steering wheel in despair when he crossed the line. But because Connor Lipka took the fastest lap of the race, he'll be told at the scale line very shortly that he is a Rotax Grand Finalist for Canada for the second time. And he can pack that go-kart up, chuck it on the plane, and take it back to Canada as the kart that won him his ticket to Bahrain.
Yeah, I saw that in slow motion. He defended, and Harrison went on the inside. His seat, like, on the curb, and they... Okay, so look.
So, Mateo Pai takes the win. Joshua Wheeler, second by 0.4 of a second. 0.4 of a second separated Joshua Wheeler from a place on Team Canada. That place is taken by Christian Sanguinetti, who finishes fourth, just in front of Tyson Underwood. 0.17 of a second separated Sanguinetti from not going to Bahrain. Sebastian Johnson finishes sixth for Forward Direction Motorsport and the Giorgio Pantano chassis. Keaton Wiegers, Heston Jeffrey, Austin Steinke, and Wyatt Kroger, the top 10. Kroger out of his cart and absolutely okay. Harrison Jeffrey nursing what looks like a little bit of a sore wrist with the AMT medical team, and he is walking back to the pits as well. That is our fourth ticket, provisionally handed out. The sun begins to get just that little bit lower in the sky as we prepare for our final two main events here on the EKN Radio Network. We'll be back very shortly.
Hey boys, get up.
Hey, Christian. Hey, even though you didn't win, here, I'll turn off your camera. Okay. Hey, it's okay. You won the ticket. You won the ticket. Hey, two Team Canadas in a row. Gage. Now I get $150.
156.5.
Christian, the thing that happened to you was, then they gave you no room on the top, so you just lost it.
We got rented transponders though. Take it there. Bring it back here still.
Can you use me holding you back?
You did it. You're good. You did it, buddy. Thanks, man. That was like... You did it, man. I know it doesn't feel like it, but you did it.